oath-taking ceremony in Andhra Pradesh. In one of the most dramatic comebacks to power, Nara Chandrababu Naidu is now all set to be sworn in as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. And we've started getting visuals as well from the venue where the oath-taking ceremony will take place. Right now, you can see Nitin Gadkari and JP Nadda present there. Remember, Prime Minister is also going to take part in the oath-taking ceremony of Chandrababu Naidu. And Amit Shah is also there. And you can see Chirag Paswan, Venkaiah Naidu, all the NDA leaders have come together, taking part in the oath-taking ceremony. Telugu Desam Party, Bharatiya Janata Party, Jana Sena alliance stormed back to power with 164 seats in the 175-member Andhra Pradesh Assembly. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, JP Nadda, Bandi Sanjay, they met Chandrababu Naidu earlier at his residence, and now they are, of course, at the venue where the ceremony will begin at around 11:27. That's when Chandrababu Naidu will be taking oath. We have Akanksha joining us on the broadcast. Akanksha, we can already see Nitin Gadkari, JP Nadda, Chirag Paswan, Mr. Ram Mohan Naidu and others arriving for oath-taking. It's going to be a star-studded event as well.
Well, absolutely. In just another 20 minutes, the oath-taking ceremony will begin, and Chandrababu Naidu, the TDP chief, will take oath along with the Council of Ministers. Remember, be it Ramo Naidu or Chandrasekhar, they have been made the union ministers. Ramo Naidu has become the Civil Aviation Minister, and today what we can see in Andhra Pradesh is both from politics as well as Tollywood. A lot of people there. Amit Shah has arrived in just some time. The Prime Minister is also going to arrive at the spot where the oath-taking ceremony will take place. And this is quite important because the alliance was finalized in March itself. So it's quite a recent alliance that has won in the state of Andhra Pradesh. 175 assembly seats, out of which 164 were won by the TDP, Jana Sena as well as the BJP alliance, and TDP won 35, 21 by Jana Sena, and the rest by the Bharatiya Janata Party. So very important alliance that has now come together. And currently what we're seeing on the stage is a show of strength after the massive victory of the alliance in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Back to you.
Yes, the NDA constituents are present in the oath-taking ceremony of Chandrababu Naidu as well. On the stage, there's also Anupriya Patel, and the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde, has just arrived. Then you also have Mr. Ramdas Athavale sitting right next to Anupriya Patel. Chirag Paswan is on the stage as well, and those are live visuals at the moment, along with that moment when the Prime Minister was elected the leader of the coalition. We have Tushar Gupta on the broadcast as well. Tushar Gupta, NDA leaders in attendance.
Well, yes, I think this is a show of strength, Swati. The NDA was in existence since the late 90s. It has been in existence in 2014, 19 and 24. And this NDA show of strength behind Chandrababu Naidu would be a lot, especially in the politics of the state in the long term. Naidu, for the next 5 years, has a lot to do in Andhra Pradesh. His task is cut out. He has to work on the pending infrastructure projects. He has to work on public welfare at large. But the show of strength not only sends out the message to the people of Andhra Pradesh, but also to the people of the country at large. I reckon later in the day, the Prime Minister will also be present in the swearing-in ceremony of the Odisha Chief Minister, if I'm not wrong. And therefore, this show of strength is very, very important. Now we have an NDA government, and people need to understand that this, accompanying of the Prime Minister and other leaders to Andhra Pradesh and later in the day to Bhubaneswar means a lot. I mean, you're trying to give this message that the government is in place, the house in its place, and the governance will continue as it did between 2014 and 2024.
Absolutely. Two very important visuals on the screen at the moment. On one hand are the live visuals of the oath-taking ceremony. On the other hand, that moment when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was elected the leader of the coalition, and he was being felicitated by Chandrababu Naidu on one side. On the other side was Mr. Pawan Kalyan of the Jana Sena, who the Prime Minister said was an Andhi. And these three parties, TDP of Chandrababu Naidu, BJP and Pawan Kalyan's party, they all came together in form of this alliance and contested the Andhra Pradesh elections and completely wiped out YSRCP. So a successful coalition both at the center and the state level as well, Tushar Gupta.
Oh, absolutely. Look, there was a lot of anti-incumbency against YSRCP. There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of anti-incumbency against Reddy. And the reasons for it are pretty straightforward. There was this whole pending infrastructure projects that were hurting the people. Even when a lot of journalists were touring Andhra Pradesh, for the Lok Sabha elections, what they couldn't pick up was the anger against YSRCP. I think it was only Times Now that first reported that there was a strong possibility of Chandrababu Naidu making the comeback in the state, when all other journalists weren't able to pick up that undercurrent against the YSRCP. Look, for the people, the needs are very, very simple. They need the infrastructure to be in order. Look at the capital. Reddy made it a very sort of a ridiculous issue in his head by saying that we need to have 3 capitals. Which state in their right mind would have 3 capitals? And Hyderabad is no longer the joint capital of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So the people also wanted clarity on what was doing about the capital. Chandrababu Naidu had announced that Amravati would be the new capital. Reddy scrapped that idea. So there was a lot of anger against that as well. There was a lot of anger against the conversion lobby also, which what explains the support for Jana Sena. So, all these factors combine to the thumping win for Chandrababu Naidu, for Jana Sena, and for the BJP also. But now this South Indian state is placed in a very unique position. We've seen the double-engine Sarkara model play out in Karnataka.
Right.
But Karnataka conventionally has been voting for the BJP at the state level also, where the vote share is significant. Now what the adjacent states, especially in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, in Telangana even, and even Karnataka for that matter, what they would be viewing is how can the center and the state make this double-engine model work in Andhra Pradesh, where there's actually a lot of need for capex. I think this is going to be a good litmus test for the BJP's push to the southern part of India to secure more seats and to secure more seats, both in Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. But today, all eyes are on Andhra Pradesh.
And see how the equations and dynamics change, because there was a time when Mr. Chandrababu Naidu was very much with the opposition, and he rallied the opposition leaders together, isn't it? Made attempts to form a grouping against BJP, against the NDA. And today, sides change, dynamics change, equations change. Also getting visuals now of superstars, Rajnikant there on the stage with actor Chiranjeevi and other family members of Pawan Kalyan. Tushar Gupta.
Well, look, in coalitions, it's always about the political interest, the short-term and the long-term political interest. At this point, it's rather unique, it's rather fortunate for the NDA that the political interest of both Naidu and Prime Minister Modi align. They both want to do the same things. One wants to do it at the state level, one wants to do it at the country level. And even Mr. Naidu understands that he has a lot to gain in a coalition which is far more stable than a coalition which is governed by the Congress, where he would be reduced to a third or fourth fiddle against a DMK, against a TMC, against a Samajwadi, even against the RJD. So Mr. Naidu also understands his best interest today lie being with the BJP. And I think that was very upfront and clear on 4th of June itself, before the parliamentary meet, before the swearing in happened. The same equation holds true for Nitish. Well, in the past, both have rallied against the NDA. But look at the number of seats they've secured in the Lok Sabha. Both are in the dozen-odd mark, 12 and 16. And that is why their interests are strongly aligned with the NDA, which works for the country at large as well. Yes, the political equations have changed. Yes, the dynamics have changed. But it's all about what the leaders want for the next 5 years, what the people want from these leaders. And that is where this coalition has struck a fine balancing act.
Absolutely. And like you said, people ultimately want work to be done. Irrespective of who's in charge, their interest is that the promises made need to be fulfilled and the implementation of the policies that are announced by these parties and the respective governments. Let's focus on the visuals a bit. You see Tamilisai Soundararajan now reached the venue on the stage, in fact, and you have superstar Rajnikant seated there along with Chiranjeevi. They're all here to witness the grand moment, the oath-taking ceremony of Chandrababu Naidu, along with Pawan Kalyan and other leaders as well. We have JVC Sriram as well on the broadcast. JVC Sriram, very interesting visuals coming in. On one side, you have the NDA constituents. On the other side, celebrities, superstars as well on the stage.